Hello and welcome to D&D with High School Students, Season 3, Episode 19. And we're at the table with some extra people. Give it up for Skyla coming back to the table.
I'm back!
And for those who don't know, across from Skyla is Jake. You've probably seen him behind the scenes a million times, but he is here now at the table with a character who is yet to be revealed. But
It also smells really bad if you didn't know.
in case you literally didn't binge watch, let us recap briefly. Beecher, in the last episode, some very great mysteries were starting to be revealed. You discovered some things about the box and what was inside, a large black glass-like orb with greater mysteries. You finally, after great discussion, shared with the rest of the group that you had taken precautions and hidden the box. You guys discovered also, coincidentally, or perhaps not coincidentally, that at around the same time you opened the box, the princess became well. Her fever broke, she slept, she woke rested, she cleansed herself, they prayed, and she attributes her healing to the abbot. Now, you did not see the abbot, but you guys left, and you went down to town to go to an inn to have some lunch.
Some grub.
You walk into town, and it's somewhat bustling. This is not the capital city, so there's not as many people, but you know, people are milling about doing their things, their daily things. You go to an inn, and you walk into this large room. There's a fireplace. There's the smell of food and lots of tables full of people. And you see someone familiar sitting by herself. It's your friend Elixia, the wood elf, and she sees you. So you guys see each other for the first time in a week.
We totally ignore it. We totally ignore and just walk away.
Ah, that was so rude.
I'm gonna
Wouldn't that be funny though? If like we just ruined all Bill's plans, we're just like,
I wanna
we're gonna
scare
go,
her.
we're gonna
We
leave.
don't want to listen.
I'm gonna stop. And okay.
The other thing you
fine.
notice, Elixia,
Yes.
is that with your friend is Mantra, who you haven't seen in a week.
No.
Well, actually, me and Alexia were the one in the band, so she's probably.
Yeah. So you see Cademan,
I've been
and
like,
he has
what?
Hank with him. They come in.
Oh, hey.
Go ahead. What do you say? Do you jump up on the table and welcome them, or what do you do?
I go, you missed me, right? Like
And
that.
Absolutely. How we missed the best member of the band because we're like old.
Why are you suddenly?
Why did you have an accent?
When did that come out?
Because that's
When did
like
you
when
become
she
an
did
Upper
like
East
she was
Side
like, I'm
Jewish
back.
guy?
Did you miss me? And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
of course
who are
I
you?
did.
And now I'm like,
Alexia?
ew, never mind, I didn't miss him. But next?
I channel my that maybe
Thank you,
that's
next.
Gnomish. Wouldn't that be funny if Gnomish was just sounding
No,
like
that's
an
not
old-timey
funny.
person?
Ladies, all of you, please make a perception roll.
I don't?
Just use one.
Okay.
Hold on. I dropped my dice. 16.
God, I haven't done this in a while.
Help your sister out.
22.
Okay, so you guys notice there is sitting by himself at the bar is perhaps the most attractive man you've ever seen in your
I'm
life.
loyal to the Highness. I'm sorry.
No, it's not the Highness.
I know,
You
but I'm
see-
just saying I'm loyal to him.
You see a extremely muscled, well-built, well-dressed man.
Is
Do I
looking
see-
one
And
of
you
them.
notice, no, sitting
Hell
by
no.
himself at the bar. And
It's Bill.
he's a dark-skinned man.
Bill's character.
And you notice he has, like, from the side, his ears are pointed,
Oh,
as if
ready?
maybe he is a half
Bill,
elf.
do I see him?
Are you
Because
Uh,
I know.
Are you ready?
You notice he has perfectly manicured, long, black hair, braided,
Ooh,
um,
I would definitely
not
be into
dreads,
that.
like
Oh.
well-manicured braids. And he's got, like, a perfect mustache and beard, like, his face is, like,
I know what I
perfectly
want.
shaved here. His skin just looks immaculate. And he's, like, you just see his arms and his muscles, and he's wearing, like, tight pants, and his
Why is he describing
he
my
have a
dream
big butt?
guy?
Okay, I
Like
know
his
what I want
butt
to
is
do.
like a baseball
firm.
player's butt.
Like, he looks extremely
butt is
athletic.
Firm.
You notice at one
Are they
at one of his hips is a beautiful rapier. Like the hilt is like polished, and like the scabbard that is in is like fine quality leather with like perfect silver straps and like little gems along the bottom. He's got a blade on the other side.
It's supposed to be.
And you notice this man, by the way, at the bar by himself, but like surrounded by other people who are like just chatting it up, and he's like smiling and talking.
Bill,
I'm gonna go up to him.
You guys
I know
notice
him.
this guy.
No, I know him. Remember? Because I know him from my travels.
So, Cademan, you notice
I wanna go up to him.
a person who you've seen on the road, on tour. And by the way, at this point, Alexia, now that you've looked, you're like, wait a minute, I know that guy.
Yeah, because we know him from
Because you remember
touring.
when you and Cademan would travel on touring, you used to every once in a while you'd run into this traveling troupe, this theater troupe that would perform like plays and minstrel, musical performances and stuff, and they would travel from town to town, a much bigger group of like 20 actors and jugglers and musicians.
And you recall that we used to sell the security guard gnomish grass. And we were like, wait a minute, we know him from somewhere.
And that guy that you recognize, this immaculately attractive man.
Right, we used to sell that guy gnomish
You remember
grass.
that he was like the road manager for this troupe.
Oh,
he was like their security.
Yeah.
So you've seen him before.
So I know this dude.
You kind of remember his name. It's on the.
And I yell from the side of the bar, just I'm like, Ja!
So you're sitting at the bar,
Yeah,
Jay,
wait.
and you hear
Phil.
a voice. It sounds familiar. You hear like Ja. It's like
Ja.
a smaller voice, and you like turn around, and as you turn, your braids like whip sideways past.
And then I do
Like-
this.
And that at this point is when you notice, and you're like,
Oh my God.
as he does the hair whip with his braids, and he turns around, he's even more attractive because he has like purple eyes.
Oh, heck
my God.
yes.
Maybe I'd try to get in on this.
Maybe
Maybe
willpower,
she can
a
have
willpower
him. I
save.
want the highness. I'm sorry. I still love him.
Sorry. Oh, my
A 4.
voice.
All right, you were immediately like
Oh,
starstruck. You were in love, like maybe not love, lust,
Young love.
but you're like,
You're like, let me hop on that.
it suddenly feels hotter in the room. You're like, is it?
Is
like,
it
Monty's
hot
like,
here?
is it hot in here?
And she starts taking off her clothes.
What is it?
Yeah, what's happening?
You see Cademan. You remember this forest gnome bard, and he used to like sit in on jams sometimes with the minstrels that performed in the traveling moon circus with you, and they you're like Cademan, and you see his little pig. You can't remember his name. It was like Ham or something.
Yeah.
So you're like, you see him, and he's with a
That's
group
right.
of people,
Yeah.
and he sees you, and he's like, Ja.
I'm pretty proud.
Yeah.
And I go, Ja Rafa.
Okay.
He says your name, and
Can I pull up to him?
yeah.
So I want to go up to him, and the first thing I want to do is kind of like friendly punch him in the stomach.
Okay.
And then I want to say, "You sold me that fake grass that one time." And it wasn't. But then I'm gonna like pick him, like I'm gonna hit him, but like in a friendly way, and then pick him up and be like, "Good to see you, man."
So
Next time, give me
you
real
guys are all like,
And then
"Look
put
at
him
this
up
guy."
onto a
It's
table.
this Cademan
So
man.
I reach up and I like kind of like grab his butt a little bit. And I'm like, good to see you too, hot stuff.
So
But it's like a little bit of a stretch. Like I have to get up on my.
coincidentally, Alexia happened to sit down at a big, long wooden table where about 6 or 7 people could comfortably sit. So you guys kind of pull up to the table. You guys sit down at this big table, and you're here. You're together. So what's up with you? And banter, talk.
Okay.
So happy.
Oh, you recognize Alexia, the
Okay.
wood elf, and
Okay.
she used to jam. She plays too, so you
Yeah.
remember her.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember.
You remember me?
But you don't know these others.
Yeah.
So
Hi.
So, what's up?
Hi.
Are you still
Good to see you
touring with the Flippigans?
No.
Oh,
Actually-
man, what happened?
They sold me more fake grass, so I've been on the run lately.
Dude, everyone's been selling you fake grass. I
Yeah, I
guess
know.
you're the guy to sell fake grass to, dude.
It's really sucky like that, but it really do be like that sometimes. But otherwise, I just got done with this other job though, which is why I'm in town.
Oh, what was the other job? You still doing security or something else?
You know, I can still beat you up though. Just 'cause it's been a
Yeah,
couple
no, I
years
got
doesn't mean
you.
that. But I've been.
Shouldn't his voice be like, hey guys, I got you?
Hey, dude, what's up? you still
what if we
crack
made
rock
Tony
already?
talk through like a voice modulator all the time?
No,
I can do the elf voice.
No, you have to
No,
go way
you
higher.
You could be your voice. All right.
He's a manly.
So you guys don't know this other person. So pretend
I'm
that you
Sam.
No, you're not.
I'm a Laura.
say your name the right way, in the right voice.
I'm doing it again. Take the camera off of me.
Okay, ready? Take 2. Go, Sam.
No, wait,
Not
I'm not
yet.
ready.
Oh,
I'm not
she
ready. Laura needs to prepare.
Hello.
Okay, I'm ready now.
You
Okay,
look
go
like
ahead.
a crackhead.
Ready? I'm a
Camera wasn't
lore.
on here.
So you see a tabaki, which is very rare. You've seen them before, but kind of at a distance. But she is one of the cat people. So and she's very. Are you very attractive? She's very.
Are you very attractive?
And then you
Oh,
see,
my.
and then you see next to her a tiefling.
Okay.
Who
Yes, I asked the question if you are.
you
attractive.
make a wisdom save. Tony, show Jake how to make a wisdom save.
Okay, so you're gonna take out your 20 and you're gonna roll this dice.
Alright, but
You have to say
You said wisdom?
you have to say who goes.
Yeah, sure.
You have to say
11,
11. It
and
says a
then-
1 right here.
Jake, as you're looking at these people, you notice this tiefling, this female knight. She's got on like this awesome armor, but she's like the most gorgeous tiefling you've ever seen.
Okay.
Like
yeah, +1.
hands down. Like
Okay.
there's like an aura around her of like beauty and righteousness.
Okay. I got you.
And though you've
I
never
have that
dabbled,
naturally, so.
you've never dabbled in that little like, racial kind of mixing. You're down. All right.
Can I? Who's this guy?
And then you see another man who is. Describe yourself.
Sell yourself to me.
Do I like describe what I look like?
He's also very attractive.
I'm attracted to him too.
No, not attractive in the same way.
Double
He's
dipping
very.
here?
He seems very like he has an air of like inner confidence and strength and personality to him. He's.
Okay.
I mean, you have an 18 charisma, dude. So describe yourself.
ASMR.
Well, I'm like a pale looking human guy,
Okay.
and I'm wearing all this like cool clothes
pale.
stuff, and
Oh,
I
I
have a
am.
really sweet scythe that I can whoop your ass with.
Can I just say anything I want?
Yeah.
Can I just tell? What's your name, man?
You don't know.
Oh,
Ask
what's
him.
your name, dude? Or what's your name, dude? I don't know how to
What's
talk.
your name,
You
Owen?
talk however you
What's
want.
your name,
Name's
hombre?
Olin, and then go in for a handshake.
All right. I'm gonna shake it, and I'll be
Well,
like,
do it.
I like the
No,
bird.
shake his hand.
How about do it?
I like the way.
Isn't he got a bird on him?
No, you don't
Ah,
see that.
fuck. Man, I don't
It's
see
a
it.
dragon.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not a bird.
Then I'm just gonna pull up, and I'm be like, okay. Now I'm mad at everyone. Wait, did I hit their names then or no?
No.
Yeah.
Can I ask them their names?
Yeah,
after
ask.
I
You
said
have to
mine
just ask
with my
Bob.
What's your
introduction.
names? Again?
Elore.
Lore.
Mantra.
Mantra. No, you guys.
Do you remember my
Obviously.
name?
And then can I turn to Caveman?
What's your name?
Yeah.
And then can I be like, good to see you're actually making friends nowadays.
Wait,
Friendly way though, in like a friendly
Yeah.
way, like we go
what's
back.
your name? What's your name?
My name is Jarafa. But I go by Ja.
But he goes by Ja.
I go by Ja.
Jada.
Ja.
Oh, what's up, Ja? My name is
Suddenly,
Alicia.
Cademan, you notice that although there's a lot of talking of people in the at the tables all throughout the inn and the sounds of like food being served and clinking of glasses and stuff, there's no music in the inn right now. It's just, it's kind of, it seems very quiet at the moment.
How about a song
No.
for my old friend that I haven't
Ew.
seen in a while? And I call upon, I'm like, hey, Owen, you're an old musician, aren't you,
Can I add in
friend?
some
Don't you dabble in the gift of song?
I'll give it my best.
And then I call on this, I see this like old baldish man in the corner. He looks like an old blues champ, and I go,
There
hey,
actually
old...
is. There's an old human behind the bar polishing glasses. He
I
looks.
go-
He looks a little bit sad, as if he wished he was younger and could go adventuring himself. And he's wistfully looking at the glasses as he's polishing them.
Hey, old man, can you sing?
I've sang a few songs in my life.
I think I just peed a little.
Would you want to help us in an old shanty for an old pal of mine?
Ja.
I suppose I'll listen and see if I can pick up the tune.
It's quite easy to hop along in.
A 5, 6, a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Jarafa. All the women love him. With his braids, yes. He's Jarafa. Jarafa. Ooh, Jarafa, Rafa. 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 Ooh, Jarafa, Rafa.
His name was Jarafa. He came into the bar. He gazed all around the place. He picked up the spot and said, "Can I have a strong drink? I've been on the road. I'm so thirsty, my lord." I poured him up a nice cold ale. He said, "Thank you, my name is Jarafa."
Jarafa,
Oh, Jarafa, oh, yeah, but you can call me Ja. Oh, Jarafa, that's what he said.
I can remember that.
What the?
The old man seamlessly nods at you, goes back to polishing the glasses and the silverware.
It's like a Stanley candy.
The crowd applauds just for opportunity. I'll give you advantage on your performance roll there, Tony. Go ahead. You can roll both dice. Take the higher of the two for your performance check since you performed.
Wow.
Do I have to
It's
do
pretty
it?
bad. Wait, performance though, I have... Oh, I have +7 for performance. So I have,
More
19.
than sufficient. The
Yeah.
crowd erupts in applause. Two guys like summon over a waitress. A round of free drinks show up for you guys. Nice cold ale.
Miss me, pal?
Yeah.
And then I just pound the glass and throw it on the ground, and everyone just... Can I
Sorry,
roll for again to see if they applauded me drinking
Yes.
it in one?
He's so close to the ground.
2 17s!
People applaud that. They don't even know what they're applauding for. They're
They're
like,
like-
"Oh, it's a show!" Yes! So shortly thereafter, a waitress comes by and brings out a buffet of food. There's
It's great.
various and sundry fresh meats, some nice salads and greens for the vegetarians amongst you, some veggies, some fruits, some cheese, some fresh baked bread,
they bring-
another round of ale.
They bring refreshments and such for Hank. I'm
They bring
assuming.
a slop bowl over from the bus room and they put it down and Hank eagerly digs in.
He's like,
And they're like,
Such a good
just so
boy,
you know,
Hank."
normally we don't allow pigs in the establishment, but since he's your pig, I assume that he's...
I mean, you let him in too, though. So.
And then I pointed at her and go, "Ah! You got me again, you old dame. Ha 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 ha." Because that's my voice I'm going to use with Alexia now. Because you did the, "Did you miss me?" And now I'm just going to be like an old-timey person whenever I talk to you.
So you guys are enjoying your meal. You're making small talk. You kind of get to know each other, you know, where you're from, that kind of stuff. And as the meal's winding down, everybody's had a great meal. You have another round. You're on your third round of drinks. And you notice a man walk up to your table. He is very fancily dressed. He's got silks, multicolors, but the fashion doesn't click. Like the colors clash.
Oh yeah.
And it's to the point where it's very gaudy. Like he's got like mixed like silks and velvet and like embroidering and stuff. He's got rings and bracelets and necklaces and like earrings, and he walks up and he's like, "Well, that was quite a performance. You really brought some life into this tavern. I couldn't help but hear it when I was coming down from my room for lunch."
It's Prince.
I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I am the gentleman, but you may call me Finoop.
Hi.
Finoop. What a lovely name.
Pleasure to meet you, my lady. I'm
Handshake
recently.
what?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Cademan. Charmed.
Pleasure.
Can I try to take one of his rings off his hand?
You could sleight of hand. That's what that
Finoop.
skill's for.
Okay.
But
What
dear.
am
You
I
dress really
rolling?
bad.
What am I rolling for, Bill?
That's called sleight of hand.
I don't want to shake his hand.
I got you.
I don't know if I have.
I don't want to
Gotcha.
shake his hand yet.
It's
All
on
right.
your skills.
I don't want to do
20
that.
under S.
I shook it his hand.
Sleight of hand.
Oh.
I shook it his
All right, I have a
hand.
+4. I'm gonna try to take a ring off of his hand.
Okay.
Wow. 19.
He does not seem to notice. You have a silver ring.
Today's going
He's-
great, you guys.
He's like, I noticed that you have had a feast here, but may I join you? I would be happy to buy another round of drinks.
Oh,
But my ring doesn't have like
We're gonna buy
magic
drinks.
powers.
Olin, may I join you at the table?
Sure.
Oh,
buy
excellent.
drinks.
And what was your name, sir? You are
Giraffe.
Giraffe. So it's you that the song was about. I admire any person who has a song written on their behalf. I do not have any such thing. With all my travels and wealth, I have yet to have a song named after me. I'm sure it's because my name is not as wonderful to roll off the tongue during a song. As
We'll
it
see
were.
about that. Perhaps in time I can too write a brilliant composition about you as well.
He snaps his fingers. Waitress comes over and he's like, "What are the finest Southern wines that you have here?" And they're like, she's like, I think we have a couple of bottles of the summer wines, but they're very expensive." He's like, "That is nothing. Bring all of them here and fresh glasses for my friends." And she's like, "Yes, sir." And she goes off. She comes back with 3 bottles of wine. They're from Dario Archery. They're Southern vintage. They're basically the best wine made in the region. And you're figuring that each one of these bottles of wine from this era is like 50 gold each. So he just like reaches in, pulls out a pouch, and he's like, I assume you'll accept platinum. And he gives her. She's like, "Yes, sir, thank you." And she like bows and walks away. He uncorks one of the bottles, but he does it literally like this. He just points to it and goes, and the cork pops off.
We
And
all
then
nut.
he points to the bottle. The bottle rises up in the air, and he gently pours out a glass. He pours out a glass for each one of you. Again, just pointing and referencing like this. Pours out a glass for each one of you.
What if I want more than a glass?
It's over.
Wow, can
We're
I
all
offer
done.
him like my pipe?
He goes, "May I raise a toast?
I said no.
To the adventures of all, may they be prosperous. For prosperity is truly the measure of one's wealth."
Here, here.
Ding, 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 ding.
So he sips the wine and he's like, not a bad year. And he like relishes it. And he's
Like
so,
orgasms.
So how old are you?
me?
Yes. Do you have kids?
I am
you
actually
married?
quite
Are you
old.
single?
Yes, I'm
So
quite
how
old.
old is that?
Oh, let's see.
I mean, age is just a number, right?
Can you just explain?
Let's see.
Tell me about yourself.
I am quite old.
Dogs.
Fanoob, you seem to be quite an enigmatic man. Mind sharing us with any of your story?
I don't know.
Well, certainly.
And no intrusion.
I'm from a land
Aladdin?
With
quite far away.
Aladdin? You're from Aladdin. Wait,
And this land is
I heard Aladdin.
very old civilizations.
Like you, huh?
Yes, I would say so. I am blessed with the appearance of youth.
Are you
It's
wise?
I don't think that's really true, but keep going.
roll insight.
Where's all your stuff? You? Is this the right
I
one?
miss having girls around.
Yes, roll.
Okay, sorry. 19 and then insight.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm really good.
Ooh.
I got
Yeah.
3. 19 plus 3. Someone do
He's
it.
not.
22.
You feel like he's full of crap.
Yeah, I think he is.
Can I roll 2 then? Because I was.
Sure. Anybody who
So
wants
you're
to
not
could roll
old,
insight.
You're just faking being old.
19.
Insight, I got.
The part
Plus
about him
one, I
being
have 20.
old, you feel like is true.
But,
The
like,
part
he's
about
had-
him being blessed with the appearance of
Yeah.
youth is not true.
I doubt it.
So he's like ugly?
I am.
So what face cream do you
As
use?
I said, I'm from a very, very far away land, an ancient land, and I've been here though, on New Whitmire for a long time. Well, let's see, maybe about 3,000 years.
Wait.
Mm.
Yeah, in that case, age is not just a number. Never mind.
Isn't your highness like super duper old?
Don't go into that.
Corp Highgambar is rumored to be 400 years old.
So
That's better than
but yeah,
3,000. That's
Yes.
better.
I've been here on the island quite a while.
So
What do you do?
What do you find yourself in?
Well,
How-
interestingly,
Can I have
what I
the
do
face
is
cream, like, for
adventure.
dermatologist?
As I mentioned, I go on adventures. I explore things. I like to read.
Can I roll insight on him?
Learn things.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. You feel like this is all true. He's like, but
Oh, it's
predominantly I'm
9.
looking for a way home. You see, I'd like to return to my homeland.
Where's your homeland?
Very far away. It's,
Why are you so
You've
vague?
never heard of it, I trust.
How do you intend to
Why?
reach it?
Why are you being
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Cademan. It's quite a challenge. You see, it's difficult to return to my homeland.
Why?
Well, because there's quite a few complicating factors, not the least of which are levels of magic, which would prevent me from returning to my homeland.
Did you get
You're
banished?
full of shit. Sorry, if I just-
Did I get banished?
I need
You
to
know
see.
that, Lore, that is a insightful question. I did not get banished. I
you
would
got
say
thrown out.
more as left behind.
Oh, that's sad.
Yes.
Are they
Imagine if you took a ship somewhere and then the ship to go home left. That's probably the simplest way to explain how I'm here.
Were you left behind on purpose? May I ask? If it's not too touchy.
Oh no,
subject.
no.
So then why'd you get left behind?
Roll insight.
Yeah, I
Everybody?
need. I don't
I want to
believe.
see if
There's
he's
12.
just like
I got 13.
He's
letting
full of
himself
shit.
know.
I got
I got
15.
14.
Not behind or-
I got 15.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
I have
You
5.
feel like he was left behind on purpose.
But I already felt like that.
Yeah, I feel like.
I want
Your
mine
instincts
too.
are telling you
He
that
is
you're
left.
right.
I'm gonna
Can
put
I-
my hand on his shoulder and be like, it's okay. We all get left behind at some point.
No, but he got left behind
Yeah.
on purpose, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Can I
That's
ask-
what I'm
Can
saying.
she say that out loud? 'Cause
Yeah,
we
can I
didn't roll
say that to them?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, he got left behind on purpose, right?
In front of him?
table and
Oh yeah, should I not do that?
You are quite insightful.
Yeah.
Alexia is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
I apologize. I try my best not to be deceptive, but I suppose I wanted to maintain some level of privacy. But I will level with you.
Okay.
I was left behind on purpose, but just because it was on purpose doesn't mean it was fair. I don't feel like it was fair to leave me behind.
That's because you're the person that got left behind.
Can you make your argument for why you shouldn't have been
Yeah.
left behind?
Yeah, like,
If you don't
what's
mind me
up?
asking,
I've
3,000-year-old
I've
man.
been a faithful servant.
You're a servant?
Of a manner of speaking.
Then why do you dress
You
like
notice
that?
he looks over at Olin. He looks over at Olin
I
and he
clock it.
smiles.
I clock it, and I remember the getting told about gods thing, and I go, "You don't happen to speak to immortals, do you?"
Well, yes, I do.
Now, I actually could use you to shed a light a little bit on this, and we can further talk about you. But I have a friend,
Yes.
and he gets real hurt behind his eyes sometimes. And I was reading somewhere.
Am I sitting next to?
Yeah, you're sitting right
Yeah,
there.
The
yeah.
library.
I was
I'm
reading
gonna hit
somewhere.
him like pretty
that-
hard on the side.
He's like, yes, that happens from time to time.
Punch him in the face.
Any contact with a deity or an immortal being could result in a moment of lucidity where the physical body is removed from the spiritual.
Wait, is he
Now,
talking about-
you're 3,000 years old.
Yeah.
You don't look like you've aged a day. You seem pretty as close to immortal as I've ever met. Why would an immortal want to talk to someone, one of my friends, let's say?
Oh, well, I enjoy the company of people who are adventurous.
You want insight?
I'm so
Yeah, I want to roll
confused.
insight on that too.
9.
I'm doing it
13.
too.
11.
17.
My hands are so cold.
21.
I'm really good at rolling.
You
20.
feel like he's telling the truth, but
Withholding.
he wants something.
What do you want?
Ask
Can we just
Be straight up,
can I like
do you need
crack my
something?
neck and lean up on the table and be like, we know you didn't come down here to tell us we're good singers, so what's going on?
Ooh.
Something
Yeah.
like, what do you need?
Spotlight goes to his face.
You clearly want something. What do you want?
I need something.
Yeah.
I need
told you.
something that
Yeah,
is
we
a
all
part
need
of
something.
what will help me get home. It's a part of what will help me get home.
So what do you need?
But I can't get it myself.
Why?
There are magics involved that prevent me from going and getting what I need.
Then how can we help you?
You could get it for me, and I would pay you handsomely.
I'm in.
You could be kings with what I would pay you.
I'm a girl.
Are we?
Queens.
Thank you.
Kings
Could
and
we?
queens.
What?
Can we get a
What
little
are
bit
some
more insight on what this
possible?
might be?
So what do you
repercussions
need?
From this? Why
Just be
can't-
straight up
why
with
can't
me.
you get it?
Why can't you get it?
I can't get it because I'm magically restrained from being able to.
Well,
Can I roll
okay,
insight?
Get it.
Could something
Hold on,
happen
hold
to
on.
us if we get it? Could we get in trouble?
It is
for
protected, and there are probably dangerous things in the area of it, but it's nothing that I'm sure you could just handle.
What is it?
It's just a small object.
Can
So
can
what's
can I
object?
roll insight
Is it a box?
to see like his nature?
Sure.
He actually needs a dick. I'm just really scared.
The item I need is a relic. It's an old religious relic, and I could draw a picture of it for you. It's
Yes,
quite
please.
like a candelabra. There's a large vessel in the center where oil is placed, and then 4 copper rods that go out in each direction, and 4 smaller vessels. And it allows you to have something in the center, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 exterior things placed in there.
What does it do?
What's significant?
It's a light. Think of it as a light,
Like a candle.
much like a beacon at a lighthouse.
Would it be?
So is it like
it
a-
illuminates things.
Would it be used for bad?
It would be
He
illuminating
wouldn't
my
tell
way
you.
home.
He'd be like, sure.
So
And then he'd
basically-
kill
Think of it as
someone.
a
Flashlight.
way to light my way home.
Okay.
Bro, you can't just get a
So
candle.
he's telling us he wants us to get this relic that he can't get, so that he can go from one place to another.
Bro, what?
Yes.
He can't get the relic.
And I will pay you. I will if you can acquire this for me.
I don't want
I
money.
will pay you.
Where is it?
I
Yeah,
want you
where's
to tell
this
me
relic?
what's up.
Why can't you get it?
It's very close.
I want.
Where?
Is it in the monastery?
Can I roll
No,
insight?
no, it is not in the monastery. It is below us.
In our vaginas.
There used to be a city here. Did you not know the history of Kadim Kikala?
Yes, there's a city
There's
underneath
Wilson's
the
house.
city.
So it's
Yes.
underneath the city.
So it's in the other
long,
city.
long
Yeah,
ago.
the under-
Long ago, several thousand years ago, there
in
was a
hell?
city here. And who knows what happened in history, but there was war, strife, that city died out, it became ruins. Later, much later, people came and built over it and built this new town that we're in above it. But below, there are still ways to access the catacombs and the old city. And it's quite expansive.
This sounds cool.
It's quite expansive. It goes into the mountain, but I don't need you to explore the entire thing. I know exactly where the object is. I know a shortcut to get to it.
Would you?
I don't
will
trust you. I
Would
don't trust
you.
cover your ears for a second? Just for
How
your
about I do
sake.
one better? I'm
Okay.
going to go outside to the outhouse and relieve myself. I will do that.
In fact,
Please feel free to
Number
open
one or
up
number two?
bottle number 2 or 3.
Okay.
I'll return
Thank
in
you.
just a moment. He gets
Okay.
up.
I'm gonna
he
go to
walks
the
out.
library. I'm gonna
Wait.
do some research because I
He's
have to
about
get
to.
to my date anyway. I'm in, but I want to do research
I'm
on
out.
it first. So I'm gonna go to the library.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to the
I'm
librarian,
in.
see what she knows about the underground city, and then see what perhaps her friend knows about the underground city. And better find out what could be there, because if not for his benefit, it could be to our benefit.
Like to
Whoa,
kind
whoa,
of
whoa.
expect
If Jock
more about
feels.
what we know.
Don't you think that
Okay.
we
Jock
should
feels.
not follow him though?
I'm
So
not
wait.
gonna follow him. I'm gonna go to the library and figure out
Do
what's
you
going
guys
on.
all trust
But I
him?
mean, I don't trust him.
I don't trust him, but
I trust him.
interested-
I'm
Owen
interested
trusts
in-
him.
Trust him and
Yeah,
I don't trust him at all.
I'm interested in it. I think he's gonna use it for something weird, but I don't think it's like that.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I think
I
I
think
would
he's-
rather go figure it out by myself and then,
So are you guys?
well,
I
I guess I
think
have to
I
Take a
bet.
raise of hands. Who's in?
I guess I am.
Okay. So I think that when he gets back, when you after you go and talk to your librarian friend and then her friend and everything and figure out a little bit more about down there, we'll stay here and talk with him, kind of ask him more about it, and then we'll all meet up and we'll go down together.
Yeah.
Once we find out more information and
Yes,
everything.
so we know what to expect.
I'm gonna go to the library by myself.
He's over there
however,
making
as
a look.
I believe.
Guys, I don't trust him, but
Okay,
keep
so
going.
you get up to go to the library. A few minutes
Why are you
after
always in the
Cademan
library?
gets up to go to the library, Finook
Bucks.
returns. He comes back to the table, and he pours himself another glass of wine, a very fine wine that you guys are enjoying. And the serving girl comes back, and she has the tab for your feast, and he's like, I will cover their feast. And he pulls out a platinum piece, which is worth 10 gold pieces. He's like, this should more than cover it. She's like, oh my lord, thank you.
I have
Thank you.
199
And she like
gold
nods
pieces.
and backs away.
How's she gonna tip that?
I don't even know how I have that much. I can't remember where I put it.
So we were saying you were interested in finding out more. I have been researching. Where's your little friend, Cademan? Did he leave?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, an appointment.
well, how
He'll be
unfortunate.
back.
He's
Oh,
in our
good.
Appointment.
I'd like
He
him
just
to be
went on a
part
little
of
break.
things.
You had an appointment with a date.
He had a pose.
Did he go
We're
play?
all saying different
So-
things. And
Allow me to explain further. As I mentioned, the ancient city that's buried underneath this one is quite expansive. It was large. It was a city, unlike this smaller town that we're in now. But I researched extensively, and I found where in the old city this object was placed. So there's an old temple, and I don't know what state it's in. It might be crumbled in. You might have to do some digging, so I would recommend bringing some shovels, maybe some pickaxes if that's necessary. Obviously rope, other kinds of excavation things, but you might have to look around in this temple to find it, but it's there somewhere. I know that for a fact. And I found an entrance to the Undercity that is near where the temple would be. He reaches into a bag and he pulls out a map, and then he keeps pulling. And you're like, wait a minute, there's no way that this, it's like the size of a poster tube, and he pulls it out of a bag. There's no way it would have fit in the bag.
Magic.
He's married.
So he lays out this, he pulls out this big old paper and he lays it out, and you see like basically a map. And he's like, this is what I've pieced together from research, as much of the Undercity as I was able to map out. Here you will see the temple. Now, the challenge is getting to the temple, and I have had no luck finding a direct route, but I was able, over here on the map, as you could see, I found a tunnel. There's an old well that's no longer used, it's dry, but there's a well on the south side of town here, where if you go down, there's actually a sub-tunnel that connects to the catacombs, and through those catacombs, you should be able to follow the path back north to get to the temple. So it's relatively a short distance, perhaps a couple hundred yards from where you can access. That's the closest I've been able to find it. So again, I am prepared to pay each one of you handsomely.
What does that mean? How much?
Yeah, one number.
I thought that perhaps 100 platinum each would be sufficient.
okay.
I wouldn't want to burden you by having you carry 1,000 gold, so I took the liberty of acquiring platinum. It's much more efficient.
Yeah, we can do that.
Obviously, I'm not carrying 600 platinum with me, or am I? And then he reaches into that same bag and he pulls out a pouch, and then he pulls out another pouch. He pulls out 6 pouches.
So
he
he
holds
can
them
pay.
up. The choice is yours, but I am on a little bit of a time schedule. You see, I need the beacon light to be able to find my way home during a certain season. And that season is quickly closing. I must light the beacon light before winter, otherwise I'll have to wait an entire year, which I don't want to do. I have been very patient so far, but I'm eager to get home.
We're in.
Excellent.
Let's go.
I will wait here for you. This tavern is open all night. I have a room upstairs. When you return, simply ask someone for to get the gentleman, and I will be in my room. And this will be waiting for you. He puts it all back in his bag. He rolls the map up, puts it back into the tube, and he's like, who will carry the map? I'm assuming one of you wants to carry the map and take it.
I'll take it.
I think we should give it to Kane.
Excellent.
Waiter.
Do you know if we should be expecting any encounters with, like, should we be prepared to fight anything?
Well, I will be quite honest with you. There are rumors that creatures dwell beneath the city.
Of course.
What kind of creatures? I'm not fully sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if there are foes which will challenge you.
Okay.
He's done this before.
I'm telling ya.
He's done this.
Again, I
is
strongly
lying.
recommend that you perhaps visit one of the general stores in town and acquire some shovels and pickaxes. If you do run into a collapse from the structure, you might have to dig and excavate in order to get to the temple.
I don't trust him.
You need to chill. This is a lot of money.
You know where to find me, my friends?
Yeah.
Feel free to enjoy the last bottle. I look forward to seeing you again. He stands, bows, and he walks off, goes upstairs.
Did I get to the library yet?
You did.
Okay.
She's there. The librarian's like happy to see you. She's like, Cademan,
And her friend's there?
your timing is perfect.
Strips
Oh,
off
it's so good to see you, Miriam.
She's like, our friend is here. I'll introduce you to him. Come. I've set him up in a study. I was kind of showing him some of the stuff that we were looking at yesterday.
Yes, and I actually had some new questions that I was hoping you both could help me with, and I brought my book in my satchel.
Okay.
I say satchel, but I go satchel.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Wow, you're
So
such a flirt.
she goes over in the library. There's like an office, so she opens the door, and you see a short-statured man with like blondish, whitish, grayish hair, and he's sitting at a table. His back is to you. His feet dangling off the chair because he's small, like you. And there's like books and different scrolls laid out on the table.
Can I speak to him in Gnomish?
Sure.
I go, brother, how art thou? In Gnomish, though, so that he knows that, like,
He responds
I'm,
in
like,
Gnomish,
legit.
and he turns to look at you, and he's like, pretty good. Who are you?
I'm Miriam's friend.
Oh. Okay. She said you wanted to know something, so I'm here.
I had a couple of questions. Sure, just to run by you. I hear you're a man of great wisdom.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, cool. I'm like, thank you for setting this up, Miriam. Would you like to have a seat with us? I'd love to get your perspective on it.
She's like, I can, but only for a few moments, because there's no one tending to the library.
Oh,
so
well, if you need to run too, that'd be fine. I just...
I'll leave you two here to
Oh,
discuss, and I'll come back in a few moments. So she leaves. So he's looking at you. He's like, well,
Alright, I got a book I need you to look at, help me, and tell me what it means, because I'm pretty confused. I need
Okay.
some help from a brother. Thanks. So, take the book out, put it in front of him. Like, I don't understand any of it. I don't understand the dialect, its importance. Would you mind shedding some light?
you put it right in front of him, or like in the table, you're seated across the table from him, and you're both small. So you put it, do you like toss it across the table so it's right in front of him, or do you set it down in the middle of the table?
I'm holding it. So I'm like holding it out towards him, kind of like this. Like a
Alright.
good grip on it.
Okay, so he's like, can I look at it?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna let him look at it.
All right, roll perception.
Tearing up the book.
See, he grabs the book.
5.
He reaches across like this, grabs the book, sets it down.
Sorry.
He's looking at it. He opens it up. It's like, I have no idea what language this is.
Can I roll insight?
Sure.
13.
He's like, it's not Gnomish,
God.
Elvish, Dwarvish. It's something, but the book's old. Like, it's a really old book. He goes, look. He shows you like along the binding, and he's like, first of all, Nobody does binding like this anymore. This was hand sewn. Hand sewn. He's like, you see the leather cover? Look at that closer. Look at the texture on it.
I don't bend into like look at it closer. I sort of just nod.
He goes, do you know what that is?
What is it? But I'm not breaking eye contact with him.
That's not cowhide.
What is it?
That's some kind of flesh. My guess is maybe elven flesh. This is somebody's back. Their skin, probably.
You see anything like it before? And then I take it. I kind of like pick it.
He's like, nope, not really. But that's old. I know books.
Thanks, Chief. What do you know about the city beneath us?
There's a whole lot of it.
Whole lot of it?
Mm-hmm.
What's the history of it? Why did it go down?
A few years back, probably about 12 years ago, I had some friends, like me, who decided that they were going to explore this rumor about there being veins of gold in the mines. So they started digging, and they excavated pretty deep. And in their excavations, while they were mining, they broke through into a part of the old city.
What did they find?
I don't know, because they never came back. And nobody ever found their bodies. So, be careful. Is that it?
What do you know about the gentleman?
The gentleman?
Oh, old timer like you? You've been around this city for a while, yeah? Never heard of the gentleman?
He's like, I'm not that old, and this isn't where I live. I live at the capital. I'm just here doing some research.
I know.
Maybe Finu? That roll? Can I just do some insight on his vibe again? Nat 20, insight
right,
21.
Only because you rolled that massive of a roll. Tony, as the first person to roll a nat 20, your insight tells you, number one, that this man is lying, that he does know who you're talking about. But more importantly, you get to use the newest of the special dice provided by our friends at My Mini Factory. Tony, these dice are amazing. Go ahead and explore those and show them to the camera.
Well,
in a leather pouch.
I was going to say, the leather feels cool. So, I was going to say, it feels like the elven skin that Bill was talking about.
It's the actual.
Oh, great smell.
Mm-hmm.
Great smell.
Yeah.
Now, let's go ahead and...
Now look at, guys, look at these dice. Do you guys see this on the camera?
Oh.
Wait, what?
Wow.
Wait, it gets better.
Wow.
There's more?
So, we're going to take a look at this. They're so cool. They're green. They got like these gold vibe around them.
They glow in the dark.
No!
Turn the
They're
lights.
metal and they glow in the dark.
Dang, these are
Oh, it glows!
Oh my god!
What they do?
Give me one.
Oh, it rolls so
I'm dead. That's
This
so
this
dope.
seems like
D&D in the dark.
like
Oh my god, we should
caveman
do
dice.
D&D in the dark.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Those roll nice.
sense of
So- Those
You see
amazing
my
dice
caveman
are
dice.
from our friends at My Mini Factory, and
Thank you.
you could get to the link in the video, in all of our video descriptions. We have a special promo code. So you can order your own cool stuff. My Mini Factory does minis, they do dice, a whole bunch of stuff, but we'll have links below. But thank you guys once again for sponsoring us.
Do I pick up anything about the book too? Sorry, just right quick. With
Yeah.
that 20, what is he? Is he telling the truth about the book?
He's telling the truth about the book.
He doesn't know.
But about the Finoop thing, he's not telling the truth. He knows who you're talking about.
Come on, brother, don't lie to me. What do you know about Finu?
Huh. I thought I might have fooled you.
I'll tell you what. You like money?
What do you know about him?
What do I know about him? I know he just hired me for a job.
He did?
Yeah,
Sorry.
son. He just hired me for a job. What? You an employee or something?
He's like, he did hire you for a job, huh?
Yeah, he did. I want to roll insight with the cool dice. 10. 11.
He goes, well,
10.
he's a really powerful wizard kind of guy. That's all I know. And if he's hiring you for a job, you should probably do it, because my guess is he's paying you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably dangerous, and he probably needs you to get something. Am I right so far?
You're right. What
Yeah.
do you know about him? It seems like
I just told you he's a really powerful
How do you
magic
know
guy.
that? How do you know? How do you know?
Because
that?
I work for a similar kind of guy.
What are you doing in town?
Doing research. I told you that.
For this guy?
For the guy that I work for.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what does he want?
He wants a book. Not that book. Don't worry. If I wanted that book, I would have taken it already.
Sure.
I'm not kidding. I've killed people for less.
7. I have no idea if you.
Tony sucks at rolling.
Hey, shut up.
He goes,
Stella.
look, if I wanted the book, I would have taken it. I don't know what that book is, but it's not the one I'm looking for. My book's different.
What's your book?
Can I roll insight for? That's all he's telling me about Finuk. 20.
Oh.
21.
There's more to it. You could tell there's more to it.
What else do you know about Finuk?
He's a really powerful magic guy. Like I told you. He's really old. He's really rich.
Tony,
What else?
waiting on you.
What else do you know about
He
Finuk?
wants to get
Kill
back
him,
to where he's
Tony.
from.
Where is that? And why does he?
I don't know.
Why was he banned? Come on, man.
I don't listen.
Come on,
they don't
man.
tell. They don't tell. You'll never find that out. They don't tell us that.
Us? Who's us?
The people who they hire
Yeah.
to do things for them.
Okay. Okay.
Isn't that
So,
us then?
I thought you said you were
They're
working
hiring
for
us.
someone else.
I am.
You are, but you have worked with him.
I've never worked for him.
You just said the people who work for him.
I
and
know
then you
the
said
name.
us.
I know the
then
name.
you said us,
Yes, because other
meaning
people work
you
for him.
and other people. That's why you said he never tells
Well,
us.
you be
Yeah.
Us.
Me and other people work
Yeah,
for him.
me and yeah. Okay, so you're just lying. You just contradicted yourself.
I'm not lying. I
You
said.
did. You did. You just said I don't work for him. You work for someone else, and now you're saying us, which
He
means
goes,
you and another
No.
person.
Look, dude,
Don't-
your
Hey,
Finoop is not the
God,
same
brain
as
is
my
about to
Finoop.
explode.
Wait, what?
Bullshit. What do you mean?
All right, what's your Finoop look like?
Rich-looking guy, like you said.
Okay,
And what do you mean? There's 2 Finoops?
what is he? A tiefling, a dragonborn, an elf, a human? He's a human? Well, then we don't work for the same guy, because my Finoop is a blonde elf.
Then maybe.
So,
Can you?
my Finoop is a blonde elf. And
Why
he's,
do you keep
he's
lying?
a magical
you
guy.
keep lying?
He's really healthy, and he
You've
hires
lied.
people to
Why,
do stuff.
why have you lied several times?
I'm not lying.
No, but earlier you lied about us. Now you're saying there's 2. Before you're denying
man,
you even know
look.
him. What am I
You
not
wanna
trying
meet,
to
You
find?
want to meet my Finoop?
Yeah, I do.
Why are you
Come back
keep
to the
lying?
Capitol and you can meet him. That's where he is. When I find the book that I'm supposed to find, I'm supposed to bring it back to him at the Capitol.
Can I roll insight on this?
Stop
Yeah.
it.
3.
Tony.
Don't you suck at rolling?
Tony,
Stop.
I'll let you. Maybe the newest dice aren't charged yet. I'll let you re-roll that with your own D20, your regular
Here,
D20.
you can keep the rest of them because these dice are sick. I'm not giving them back up.
I don't know.
Still sucks.
Dude.
He seems to be Tony. By all accounts, he's totally telling you the truth.
Stop
he has
digging.
no body language
Can
that
you,
seems
like-
Stop
deceptive.
digging. I keep finding stuff.
No, you're
just
not. You're
spit
talking
everywhere.
about
Yeah,
it
I
in your
am.
head.
He just told us about 2 different findings.
Too much over talking.
Which means that
You're
one of
not
us.
there. Be patient. Go.
Where's your Finoop trying to get to? And why is his name also Finoop?
I don't know. That's what they do.
Is he also trying to get back?
Yes. That's all they ever tell us for these things. They just say that they want us to find something. They're trying to get back to their home.
And they're all
And
named
it's always
Finoop.
this random crap. One time I almost stole a crystal from a temple. Because that's what they wanted. And then, you know what they did? They didn't even use it. But I don't care. They paid me. What's your Finoop look like? A human what? What's he look like? What color hair? What color eyes? Don't you pay attention to details?
Damn.
Listen, I've only met him on one occasion. I came here to talk to you after the meeting.
He's here? In this town?
Yeah, he's in town.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Yeah, come with.
All right. He gets up. He gets up and he starts walking with you.
Squad rolling up.
Yeah, you could have just walked in and told him to walk
Okay.
and talk at the same time.
Meanwhile, so you guys are still at the table. There's the third bottle of wine.
Sitting like this.
You guys are all pretty solid, but you're just hanging out.
Did we pay the bill already?
Finu paid the bill for
Dude, I want
everything.
to drink more. God
You
damn.
can drink more all you want.
I don't
There's
care.
there's like a limitless supply because he paid for everything.
All right.
So as you guys are like into your 5th round of drinks now, Cademan walks up with Hank and a rock gnome, like light gray skin, kind of dirty blondish hair with a little gray in it, and like a little light blonde brown mustache and pointed goatee.
I message
And
Olin.
he walks in with Cademan.
I message Olin. I wait till he's kind of maybe like looking around at the room, and I fall back just a little bit, and I message to Olin, and I'm like, "Yo, this guy is sketch, but he knows about our Finu, and I think we can get some more information out of him." And I
You
just
hear
tell,
this
and I also
whisper
tell him,
in
and
your
I
ear.
also
You
tell
know
him,
it's Cademan.
and I also tell him to alert the group quickly before we sit down.
Okay. You have 10 seconds. Go.
We're about to meet a rock gnome that Tony says is sketchy. Everyone
Ben.
guesses
But
on.
has information.
It has information.
Okay.
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 Just as he
What?
tells you that, you guys are like, you see them walking up, and then he's like, so Cademan and this rock gnome walk up, and Cademan's like, so where is he?
Yo, where'd Finu go?
Bill,
This
can I-
is
He went
this
up
is
to his room.
Yeah,
this
can I
is someone
burp
who
and then be
works
like,
for another Finu. There's more than one Finu, apparently. One is in the capital city and is a blonde elf. This is a rock gnome who works for
He
him.
went to his room.
Can I ask him?
He seems to know a lot. He says that they constantly hire people for super dangerous information. And he said earlier that 3 other people, what sounds like was doing the same thing. And I look at him and I go, am I wrong? And he sort of looks at the ground, right? And I go, 3 of them were doing the same thing. They went down under the city for gold to try to find something, and they were never seen again.
He went up to his room.
Can I just laugh?
Where is his room?
Like,
Upstairs.
So can we walk up the stairs to his room? And I go, anybody who wants to come with can. And I kind of just head for
He
the
follows
stairs.
you. So you go up the
Does
stairs.
anyone else follow me?
I'm there. Because I don't trust this.
let go!
I'm a walk in with you.
You're walking
Yeah,
with me?
I'll go.
Can I be the one
Gonna
to-
take a drink?
Yeah, let's
I'll
walk
go.
upstairs.
I want to hear
At
what's
the
going
end
on.
of the hall, you see a blonde elf or half elf, you're not sure, sitting at a chair outside of a room, the door to a room. She's sitting at a chair. There's like a little oil lamp, and she's like reading a book. And she sees you as you're walking down the hall, and she looks up and she looks at you, and she looks at the rock gnome that you're with. Who else went?
I went.
Me.
And I'm half elf.
Okay, and then she sees the rest of them. She like closes the book.
Is Finoop around?
No,
Gentleman.
he just left.
Left for where though?
I don't know. He doesn't tell me. I'm just supposed to sit here and guard his door.
How long ago was he here?
Like 10 minutes ago.
Why do you have to guard his door?
Because he doesn't want people going in his room. She laughs. She's like, for any reason why anybody would have to guard a door.
Then
How long have you known him?
if it's his what?
Oh, about a month or so.
Month?
Couple months.
Is that when you started this job, or do you know personally?
I started this job a couple months ago. Who are these people? She looks at the rock gnome and he's like, I met him in the library. The rest of them are his friends. They got hired to do a job. And she's like, really? Okay.
And then what?
You know where we can find him?
Yeah, I said.
How do you two know each other?
We work for him. I work for him.
You told me you just worked for a different Finoop, dude. Is there another Finoop?
You are these Phoenix, dude. Calm down.
She looks at the rock gnome first, and the rock gnome goes,
Insight,
You
bro.
just
We need some insight.
forgot.
Bro, hold on. I'm
What is
doing
happening?
This. I'm
Bro.
doing this.
Oh wait, is it only everyone that's up there? I got a 12.
Isn't there only...
I don't know what's going on.
11.
you guys don't see, like, they seem equally as confused as you.
No, but why?
He's like, so the rock
I'm
gnome
so
goes. The rock gnome goes. He looks at you guys and he goes, "What did Finoop look like when he met you?"
Brown curly hair.
He had a lot of.
Brown
black-
curly hair
black
and a
curly
human.
hair.
Black curly hair and a
Elf.
human.
He was an
No,
elf.
he wore really weird clothes.
Wasn't
He wore really weird clothes.
He dressed really bad.
And he was a human with dark curly hair. He looks at her and she's like, and she laughs. She's like, "That's funny."
Oh my gosh!
What?
He was in disguise.
No,
She's
somebody.
disguised.
It's the
when
same
I met her.
Finoop, bro.
He's
It's just-
lying.
it's
Maybe
the
he's
same
not
Finoop,
Finoop.
It
He
just
looks
shape
different.
shifts.
He like
Something
keeps
that.
he keeps changing.
She's like, "Okay, well, that's interesting."
Can we ask her what her
Well.
Finoop looks like?
Yeah, he's a blonde elf.
Okay,
already
see,
said that.
he's
Wait,
the
And the
that's the
rock
same
gnome
one-
looks at you and he says, "See, I told you so."
he's tricking
the
us.
same
I
Finoop.
didn't believe him this whole time, and you guys all believed
Something
him.
odd's
again.
going about. I would definitely like to speak to him when he comes back, and we'll wait right here.
She's like, "Okay." She like opens up her book and she's like reading again.
Why would he disguise himself in front of us? I asked the rock gnome.
He's like, "I don't know, man. They change their appearance all the time."
I told you we couldn't trust this.
Can I go downstairs and get another round while we wait?
Yeah.
Because if we're gonna be here,
I'm
You
just
want to
so
wait? You want to wait
druggy.
around
I'm just sitting
with
at the
us
table.
until we find him?
The rock gnome?
Yeah. that's
He's
what I'm
like,
asking.
"Sure. I just gotta know now. I'm curious."
Okay. Why don't you wait around with us downstairs?
All right. You guys go back downstairs, and as you're going back downstairs, you're already at the bar getting another drink,
yeah.
and you notice in through the door walks Finoop,
Oh!
the human with the dark curly hair and the fancy clothes. And he walks in the door and he sees you and he nods. He walks up, and you guys are coming down the stairs, and he's walking towards you, and he's like, "Well met. You guys still haven't left to go buy the shovels and picks?
Where's your blonde hair, Elfie boy?
Way to blow the cover.
He's like, "I'm sure I don't know what you mean."
And then I kind of pull the rock gnome forward.
Rock gnome looks at him and he's like, "So this is the guy that you guys say is Finoop." And the guy with the dark curly hair is like, "Yes, that's my name. I am the gentleman, also known as Finoop."
Well, you're freaking not because
So
you don't
he's
look like
just
Finoop.
lying.
Well,
Yeah, we
yeah.
gotta do something.
So
I'm pissed.
the rock gnome's like, "Yeah, that's not the same
I have
guy."
18.
Hold on.
The rock gnome is like, that's not our Finoop."
I have 18.
What's your name? What's your real name? If you're not Finoop.
He's like, "I am Finoop."
Can I go
No,
over there?
I got
You're a
7.
You
freaking
guys
liar.
you all know that he is telling the truth.
What?
I am Finoop.
Then how come you're dressed? Why do you look different?
Different from what? I'm wearing the same
We're-
clothes
we-
that I was wearing.
Then
when
how
we
come
were
the
in
lady
room.
upstairs said that
Wait.
you weren't?
What
Wait,
lady
I
upstairs?
turned to the
By your
I turned to
room.
the rock gnome and I'm like, didn't you say your Finoop was in the capital city?
Yeah.
Then why was he just upstairs? And why did you know the lady?
He goes, "I don't think your Finoop is the same as our Finoop."
But why is your Finoop in a different place than you said he
I
was?
don't know. I was at the library with you. I don't know.
This guy isn't Finoop. This guy is pretending to be Finoop.
Finoop's like, "I am Finoop." I can show you.
Is he
He's
like-
I
is
will
he like
prove. He
Groot?
goes, "I will prove that I am Finoop.
Finoop is
he
Come
like-
upstairs to
it
my
is
room.
settled.
I will show you my papers."
Let's go.
Is he like Groot
I have
from
a
like Guardians of the
signet ring, I
Galaxy?
have-
Where all he says, I
He
am
goes,
Groot.
Yeah.
I am
Come with
Groot.
me,
That's
please.
all he says.
My friends, I can assure you, I am Finoop.
I invite the rock gnome.
And I'm just like
the rock
holding.
gnome's going with.
I'm like
so you guys
holding
go
4
upstairs.
beers in my hand, just sitting
I'm
there.
coming
You guys
up.
go
I'm
upstairs
coming
to the
up. I wanna be
hallway,
in this.
and you see the blonde elf girl sitting at the end of the hallway reading a book. And Finoop walks over to a door, but it's not that door. And he goes and puts a key in. And he opens the door. And he's like, "Come on, come in my room."
both the Finoops are staying
He,
the same.
he walks over, he opens the door. He invites you in. It's it's like one of the nicer rooms with a really nice bed.
It's different than the one that the girl was
It's
sitting
totally
in.
different. It's
So
like
there's
middle
two
of the
Finoops
hallway.
In the same. That's crazy.
I told you that it wasn't the same Finoop.
That's what
So,
I said.
wait, I have a
That's
question.
bullshit.
just
So
Yeah,
he invites
it's
you
not
in.
the same
He
Finoop.
pulls out
I don't
multiple
know.
No, maybe he's not.
multiple
Finoop a
papers.
common name?
And you know this because you're from the nobility. He pulls out his papers, his degrees of pedigree, and he shows them to you. He's like, "I am Finoop." He's like, "I am recognized in
Finoop.
She's like, I am recognized in both of the kingdoms, both of the theocracies, and in the Mantirum. He's
Because
like,
my
you can
name
see from
is
these documents, I am Finoop. I don't know what more proof you need. He's like, here's my signet ring.
I have a question.
I'm gonna tell the Rock Gnome to tell Finoop exactly what he's been explaining to me for the past like 30 minutes.
He's like, no. He walks out and he walks down the hall towards the blonde
This guy's on
girl.
crack.
I follow the Rock Gnome.
Okay.
Can I?
He walks up to her and he like goes and whispers something to her. He's like, there she goes. And she's like, yeah, I thought there was something funny about that. And she sees you and she's like, so your Finoop's not the same as ours?
No.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That's why I thought it was funny.
What's so?
Why is Finoop?
What's so
why
funny?
are there so many people
Because
named
it sounds like
Finoop?
there's a lot of
'Cause they're from
similarities
the
between
same
our
place, so they're
Finoops.
probably named-
I'll bet there are.
Is it like, is Finoop like
Why are there
Bob?
multiple Finoops?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a common name where they're from, like John
Or Bob?
or
Jack.
Paul.
Or George?
Or where they're from. So
or
we can
Ringo.
all agree that they're probably from the same
Shut up.
place.
Get
I
it.
don't know. She's like, I have no idea.
I'm just pissed off at
We
this
just make
lady.
a lot of money working for him. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, this guy's rich too, though. That's what I'm saying. They both seem super rich.
Yeah.
Is your guy old and trying to get home? He is, because that's what the Rock Gnome told me earlier.
Sure.
Oh my god.
She's like, why did you tell him that?
I
And
look.
he just shrugs. He's like, I don't know.
Wait,
I'm
can
gonna,
I say
I'm gonna
something?
look in the hall and I'm gonna look at Cademan and be like, get your head out of your butt and come over here so we
Are
can
you
get
not
working.
suspicious?
No, hold on,
No.
hold on, I have to
What?
say something. What if Finoop, the one that's like yellow hair, blonde hair, right?
Listen, I'm
Not
going to say this.
human Finoop.
Every single
not
time you
human.
guys tell me that I'm not onto something, I
No.
always end up to be
No, wait,
onto
shh,
something.
no,
I-
no, shh.
Can I
This
be like?
season.
Okay,
I
so
was-
what if the other Finoop, the one who's not human Finoop, is telling this Finoop to pretend that he's Finoop and has to do the same thing Finoop is doing?
Dude, I have something really good that I want to say.
Do you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
say it.
No,
Can I
I
walk-
do, but it's
So
not.
I need
So
to ask a
did
question.
Cademan-
Are you guys out in the hallway talking about this shit? Because
I
like
wanna know.
your curly-haired Finoop is like sitting in his room now, like
All right, I'm going to go and
No,
tell
no,
him
listen,
Finoop
pipe
what we
and
said.
drinking some wine.
I'm just really confused. Why
Hey,
his
what
name
about the ring?
Finoop is
Does my ring
confusing
have
me.
anything special that I stole from Finoop?
Ask the blonde
No,
lady.
it's
What?
just a silver.
Oh,
Can I
Right,
talk
okay,
to the blonde?
nice.
Can I get some
I'm
insight
so-
on the blonde lady?
Who's
Right.
standing? Wait, who's
She's
standing in the
not
hallway
I
with
want
me?
to talk. I
Well,
want
all
to
of us
talk
are
to
there,
her.
guys.
So I want,
I wanna
hold on,
talk to her.
party. I want someone to stay out here with the gnome and this woman
I
right
got
here, and I'm gonna go back to the old Finoop and tell him everything that we've just.
When I start chatting up the woman, like, so
No.
what you doing, Leigh?
You go with her.
You're with me.
Let's go.
I'm
Yeah.
with. I'm going
All
over
right.
to Finoop.
So Skyla and Jake, you guys walk down the hall, and the rock gnome and the blonde elf girl are sitting there.
Yeah.
And they're talking. They see you guys, and she's like, "What's up?"
You're freaking weird, so I'm sitting with you.
Okay, cool.
That's it.
Cool. Can I?
You guys still waiting to see our find up? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
No.
Can I be like, I'm just trying to finish these rounds of beers over here and no one's
No,
helping me
I'm
out.
not gonna tell
Okay.
them
And then can I put one down on their desk and hand the gnome one?
Yeah. He's like, "Thanks."
No problem.
He drinks.
that. No, we're just gonna chill out here.
Cool.
Mhm.
Go
Can I
get some
ask-
drinks. She's
can I
like,
ask-
"Go."
No.
She looks
don't
at the
leave
rock
them
gnome
alone.
and she's like, "Go get some drinks." He's like, "Yeah."
No,
Why don't you
I,
go?
Go!
Yeah, go with them.
Yeah, I'll go with them.
She's
I'm
like,
with the rock
He's
gnome.
like, "Cool. You can carry him. I'll pay for him."
Yeah.
All right. So you go down to the bar.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's go. I'm with the
He's
rock
like,
gnome.
"Just get bottles. It's easier." He's like, "Give me 4 bottles of like the kind of best wine that you have.
Can I
Not
tell-
the totally best, but
Can I-
kind of best."
Can I tell him that I left all my money with Kane and I need him to pay?
He is paying. He just said he
Oh,
was.
he's paying?
So
Okay, good.
he
Doofus.
pays.
How does
You
he pay?
carry 4 bottles of wine.
What is he paying?
He just pulls out some gold.
He's got
Some gold?
Drops the gold.
Okay.
I'm
so you
with.
guys are all right. So you're there.
I'm with the lady.
So she's like, "So, where are you from?" She's not a full elf. You could tell now that you're closer to her. She's definitely a half elf.
Okay.
But she's
I'm
got
into that.
like blonde hair.
Okay.
She's dressed like she's like kind of like him, where she's got like sort of like leather on, but it's not armor. It's
Okay.
more
I'm
like
into that.
she's got like high leather boots. She's very stylish. She's got like high leather boots
Okay.
and like a corset
I'm
and like kind of this cool like long knee length
Drape.
jacket on and like
Okay. I dig.
yeah.
I dig
some
it.
cool like rings and stuff.
Okay.
And she's like, so, where are you from?
And I'm like, everywhere.
Oh, cool. You travel a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be from the south, but now I work mostly out of the capital.
What do you do?
Well, my passion is sailing. I love to go on the ocean.
No way.
But I also like to read. You know, I like a lot of things. I like adventure.
Why does everyone freaking like
Can
adventure?
I go back upstairs?
What does your
yet?
adventure
I'm
mean?
trying to talk.
Money.
Well, we've done a lot of stuff.
Like what?
Like, well, you mean on the job?
Yeah.
Like get things.
Like
Things that he needs or
who?
wants.
Finoop.
Yeah.
Finoop.
I call him Finny, but he hates it.
So, is he rich?
Oh yeah, he's crazy rich.
How does he get all that money?
He's like several thousand years old, so I'm pretty sure just over time he's amassed a fortune.
I mean, I know if I was that old, I would be broke still. So, like, how does that happen?
Yeah, he's really powerful, like magically.
But, like, okay, so, like, what does that mean? You're being so vague, it's driving me crazy.
He can cast spells that are incredible. He's taught me a tremendous amount of stuff. And he's pretty powerful.
Alright, so I'm with the other Vito, right?
Yeah.
What is, I tell him everything.
He's like smoking a pipe and drinking some wine. He's so you short story, you tell him everything that you talk about.
Everything, yes.
And he's like, so that one other person who's saying he's Finoop is here in this hotel?
Yeah, he's staying right down the hallway.
Interesting. I'll have to have a talk with him. It's not a common name from where we're from.
I got 18 plus 1, 19 insight.
Yeah. He's hiding something, but he's not lying when he says, I'll have to talk with him. It's not a very common name where we're from.
I knew it was a common.
So, would you mind waiting around with us so that we could all have a chat together?
Of course, my curiosity is piqued.
Great.
Just around that time, as you guys are having some drinks,
yeah.
So I'm back
you
with
hear
them now?
something inside of the room, and the elf turns behind her and like listens up against the door, and she's like, "Oh, I think he's back." And she knocks 3 times. She's like, "Hey, Finny, you're not gonna believe this, but there's somebody else with your name here at the hotel." And that's where this episode of D&D with high school students will end. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all of our loyal friends. Thank you for subscribing. And if you don't subscribe, why not subscribe? It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Click on the subscribe button and then that little bell notification. And join our community. Thank you all for your support. We love you. Peace out. Bye. Hello and welcome to D&D with With
science kids?
With science. Here we go.
Bill with science kids.
You guys,
Can we get Skylar a boa before she says that so you can just come in and be like, I'm back. And then you can like
quiet.
fluff the boa.
Here we go.
This is
Alright, Crawford, you ready?
Alright, Bill.
Ba 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 ba.
Next.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,